Alright, I am forcing myself to do raids. How's it going, Gabe? I have returned for a few more today. Where's his pillars? I have no hammer. How's it going, Diabolic? What time is it? It is nearly midnight. At the notepad. Do a lot of inefficient things though, but I appreciate it. Dude, why do I have so many shamans? I recommend grinding out combat tasks. I don't particularly care for them. If it helps you enjoy the game, yeah. Why not? But the rewards aren't particularly useful though. Yeah, it's pretty much like the only useful one. Dude, these monkeys have done so much damage to me, it's unbelievable. click there. Roll duration's kind of nice, but it's not like huge. Perfect. A little bit more value out of it. It's kind of nice, yeah. But yeah, the rewards kind of sucked overall. Like, you won't ever need it, but... Partial Redux, not too bad. Especially for no defense reduction kill. I haven't told my... Oh, right, I was doing some Calpha Queen. I was like, where'd all my shadow charges go? I was just blasted them. Experimenting with like the meta setup to see if it's like what I like. The POH is so inefficient. And then I was trying mage only, but I felt like it was just a little bit too slow for my liking. So I was like messing around with that. I think I found a nice setup that lets me stay a while and get a melee setup going too. Sub 50. Pretty sure I lost a tick there, but I'll live. Everything expensive because of DT2? Yeah, 100%. It's like this every time a new PVM thing comes out. Everything will spike because everyone's speculating what's going to be good. You can always make a lot of money just selling right before a release and then just rebuying about 2 weeks later. You might lose money on a few items, but if you have like a very diverse bank, it's like usually a pretty good way to make money. My DPS is like too good. That was kind of scary. Time to sell, but you want to count the bosses? Yeah. Like, as long as you're okay with your bank value going down, I don't really care. I never really cared too much about selling. There was one time after Nightmare. Scythe work on Overlords? Yeah, but they have like 8,000 slash defense, unfortunately. Usually not a good idea. Arms megs. Everyone's always hyped for the release money. Not many people make it. I always lose money on my releases because I always want to buy them ASAP. Milking those points. 515. I milked a lot of points. Not bad. Like if I just void wake, that would probably be sub 5. But I just, you know, sent like 4 more dins instead. That got me? Bruh. One Mog Parade? Yeah, you can only get one. So if you haven't finished Wardens, Wardens might override in 50-50 years. Usually people are only eligible for one. Usually don't run like Pathmaster. So you have to be careful if you have like Wardens all ticked off, because then you're eligible for Wardens too, and if you're aiming for a Mog, it'll like 50-50. Definitely don't want a 50-50 with the Wardens. Which would kind of suck, but sometimes you don't really have a choice, right? Like your very first 500. The bulwark is for Kephri. You can look at the video description and look at number 3 if you want to see what I mostly use it for. But I do use it for some egg farming. Also, can I deal some damage? Thank you. Nope, guess I will not deal any damage today. I wasn't obviously this efficient when ToA was released, but I would say I was pretty up there. I was doing experts before the majority of the player base was doing experts. Is an egg farm simulator one of those high-waste mobile games? Maybe. Maybe. Definitely worth the time though. Egg farming is pretty crazy in terms of points per time spent. It's actually better than skull skip, surprisingly. You just don't do for as long as skull skip. That's not the main purpose of the bulwark anyway, as I said. It just happens to be a bonus that I do at the end. The main purpose of the bulwark is to speed up the Kephri room. Not to point farm. Dude, this is one of those kills where I'm splashing so much, I'm like, I should maybe use an offensive prayer because it really feels bad. But then I have those kills where it doesn't matter. Just like, is how placebo is. Just kill it, or it kills you. This soundtrack so like, I mean, it gives me good nostalgia, but so loud. Or Butterfly was saying, no, absolutely not. Only with Shadow. One touch butterfly with a 10-foot pole without shadow. Just because mage is so much worse DPS without the shadow than your other two styles. Someone might be thinking, oh, but I'm not taking damage when I'm butterflying. I'm like, yeah, but if you're butterflying and you don't have a shadow, you're not dealing any damage either. And that's why your rooms are gonna be like 7 minutes or something crazy. Level 5 Zebak. He's all juiced up. Rude. Dude, this is like the billionth time it's doing the blood spawns with the rocks, and it's so annoying. How's it going, Nibris? We are struggling to get our last bits of damage in, which is kind of frustrating. The good old lower HP he is, we have to wait for a thrall to do all the work. Wow, that last 10 HP unironically took me like 20 seconds to get through. My thrall actually did all the work. You were watching my stream earlier, did you see all the DCs? Some unfortunate stuff. The lower HP a monster is, the tankier he gets. This is the law of RuneScape. That's how the Dragon tries to keep it exciting. Live vicariously. Where are you working at? Pretty late at night. Maybe you're just in a different country or different time zone. Working at NOC. What is an NOC? Nocturnal. Network operations center. Oh, that's cool. Nice, Ibris. Slowly move it up. I heard the bomb, but I didn't know where it was. Thank God I just chose to run away. Purple time, we're ready. I just realized Warden has done like 10 damage to me in a whole 2 P2 phases. It's kind of neat. Now it's gonna hit. Now it's gonna slap the hell out of me. Speaking up, but I've had a Warden deal this little damage in a long time. I'm out of nowhere. Thank you for the blessed use. Via heart spam. Not the most efficient proc right there, but whatever. Use anything other than GPU plugin? No. Just GPU plugin. I have it on like 1070 by 730 or something. It's like about a third of my screen. And then the black layout helps a lot, making it look sleek. It looks a lot better than the normal like brownish stone they got going on in the base game. Is that the rare? No, you can get a gem with the purple itself. So they're independent rolls. Like I've gotten a purple with a jewel at the same time. The Hydro, no help? No help, absolutely. No help is actually a lot easier than you would think. You're still guaranteed 1 Ambro. And you can always take the bandages off, like take that off, and run no help. So it was like an easy combination from there. You might need to put like a time invo to get the rest of the 400 though, doing that. Or run a more inefficient one like Overlords. But that would be pretty inefficient. It would be easy. But... dude, I'm noodling this warden. For real, how many Cerebursts do you bring for no help needed? Probably like, if I had a sun, two max. 2 or 3 max. With no sun, probably 3 or 4 max. Like into the raid, I assume is what you meant. Well, it would be completely irrelevant how many brews I have going into Warden. I could have 0 brews going into Warden. If I go life second, I'm chilling. Give it the hash slinging slasher. Dude, what are my switches right now? They're so bad. Like, absolutely the worst switches. All of North America. Sad. Soul runes. No collection log. Right over here. I'll do a log when I get. I'll just do the log command when I pick up my potions at Baba Puzzle. It'll be easy. There you go. In chat if you want to look at it. What is that red scarab in the collection log? Scarab. Might be one of the transbog items. Thank you for the super chat, Sour Brothers. Appreciate it, man. Love the streams. Thanks, man. Very flattering. Rude. Extremely rude. I'm in the algorithm. That's great to hear. The Baba phases? No, it's for the for these monkeys. Watch. So I'm gonna hit them, but I won't kill them, and I'm gonna get the credit. You want to hit them? Ignore them, and you see these boulders, right? When they roll them over, guess who gets the credit? Just like my high school group projects for real. And when he just rolls 2 melees in phase 2, it's great, because I know I can just red X without losing any ticks for like a year. Damn, missed the timing. I need to be more prepared for that. Oh, I didn't spec. Kinda slow, but not that slow. Could be worse, I guess. Ugh. Need to charge my shadow. Running out. More bots in the G, yeah. I was there selling some stuff and there's so many chat spammers. It's insane. You guys didn't hear that, did you? I just chiropracted myself. I play other games? Yeah, I'm a fan of most other MMOs in general. Huge fan of a lot of nostalgia games. RPGs in general, huge fan. Just Final Fantasy, Divinity, XCOM. Ooh, XCOM's a good one. I recently bought Octopath Traveler. I love the Tide series. Vermintide, Dark Tide. Risk of Rain is also great. I've only played Risk of Rain 2 though. I don't know if that makes me a normie. Terraria, amazing game. Best Final Fantasy, I've played 7, 10, 12, 13. 10 story, in my opinion, is still the best one by far. Like, in my opinion, it's not even close compared to the other ones. I'm gonna say 10. Boldly is the best one in terms of story. And 13. I never played 15. Terrible job on the stormer there. I never played Final Fantasy VIII. Everyone says that game is good, but never played it myself. Make a video on the Din's tech? Not ready for it yet. It still needs some cooking in the oven. I should have dinned right there if I had more awareness. Oh, obviously huge fan of Call of Duty's Black Ops series. Love zombies. ToA is my favorite raid? Absolutely not. My most hated by far. Not even close. ToA lacks a lot of depth, in my opinion. I don't have to do this. I like streaming though. And even if I don't like it, I can say I would like to think I play well at it. Like, what do you think I'm doing right now? I am stabbing a bug to death for the next 2 minutes. I don't have a watch there, but moving left and right, stabbing a bug for the next 2 minutes. I definitely don't think this raid is very fun, I'll be honest. The way it punishes you when you get to high evocation is very annoying too. I feel like if I make this mistake, I just instantly plank on the floor. But at the same time, the mistakes aren't very interactive mistakes. It's as simple as if I make them, I'm dead. that lag, definitely that was a music replacer moment right there. Turn that off. Purple rate is fine. The items it has is fine. Yeah, it's a perfectionist, and I mean, I would say I'm pretty good at perfectionist style, but God, it's boring. I was trying to do the red X flip, but I messed it up. So, it cost me a few seconds compared to just doing it normally. But it's a good thing I wanted to learn. It could save me like a tick. Or I think it actually saves me a few ticks. Like, I play ToA and stuff like that too. So definitely like, I don't mind perfectionist types, but that's like bullet hell. Oops. They need to get hit there. Like, red X is just a cheese strat. Not really fun to pull off. Not any particularly too high skill ceiling to do it. Considering I figured out in like 2 days, I guess, the partial red X, because I figured it was time to learn it. Dins, I guess, is cool for Kephri, but then the whole like dealing with like a meat bag. Butterfly is cool-ish. I don't mind that. Warden is insanely boring though. For a final boss, Warden is like the most boring thing ever. A Masket's Promise is goated soundtrack for a boring boss. Baba doesn't have an animation for the Shadow Slam. Will we see 100 chambers of Zebak purples? Probably not. I might stream me like being bad at chambers, but I'm definitely not hunting purples with like a set number like that. No, I would just go for my Twisted Ancestral kits and that's it. Honestly, I'm just hoping they do something about Mutadile before I lose my mind. I love how for TOB, by the way, they said we're going to make it different than chambers. Instead of just being like hit harder, more HP, we're gonna make it really fun and interactive. And all they did was add a tiny bit extra every boss. I was expecting a little bit more, I'll be honest. Like for Verzik, they quite literally just gave her a heal, and I was like, wow, that's it. And they made 2 of her mechanics harder, not even by a fun way. And ToA's vacation system is brilliant, but completely wasted. Speaking of which, if you go into my YouTube channel, Why did I summon a thrall? Oh my god, it's gonna grief the hell out of me later, whatever. If you look at my YouTube channel under community, I have some invocation ideas that I post. Best to worst raids. TOB. I didn't remember the last ones. I'm gonna give it to TOB, then regular chambers, then hard mode TOB. Actually, sorry, hard mode TOB, regular TOB, regular chambers, ToA. No. ToA dead last. Not even close. Chambers is above that, whether it's solo or teams. I don't care what invocations you put on, no matter what team size, ToA. For me, ToA dead last. Any raid that the meta could be figured out in within the first, like, the main meta was figured out in about a week and a half. In my opinion, it lacks a lot of depth on, like, things you can do to improve. Like, there's some very small improvements that, you know, we found over the while, but in terms of what they actually do, like, to the raid and make it harder or make it easier, like, they're just minor DPS improvements at the end of the day. Whereas, like, for TOB, people didn't have good freeze rolls for, like, a year after it came out still. People were still doing, like, N1-2, or, like, N... what's it called? Like, what did the learners do? They didn't do 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously. They did, like... I think they just did, like... They did 1 in 3, I remember. S1 in 3 and 1 in 3 and stuff like that. I know they wanted to make it more solo accessible, but the way they did it, in my opinion, was extremely lazy as well. Like, they straight up just removed mechanics from solo. They didn't change them at all. They just straight up removed them. Like the corruption mechanic in the puzzle room. Don't get me wrong, the Baba puzzle room is annoying as hell. But removing the mechanic just makes me not want to do team raids. The corruption one. Same thing for Akka, like the explosion mechanic not existing in solos. This makes me want to do solos instead of teams. And in my opinion, you should never encourage that. You should allow people to solo, but always make the team more efficient. The only thing that makes teams more efficient in this raid is simply you have more people throwing their BGSs, really. In terms of purple per hour. What was I doing with the music replacer plugin? Replacing music. Obviously. I had to turn it off though because it actually makes the game lag when the soundtracks loop. No way. Oh my god, I double offed it. You can see that. I meant to pray mage, then range, and then range, then mage. I think it doesn't do that much. A mouse DPI? 10,000. I don't know. I think it's 800. Tech G-Hub. What you say, Logi? 17%. Yeah, we're at 800 right now. It's at 17% batteries. Sad. Feels like 500 just per management. You're damn right it is. And I think that's extremely boring. The fact that 300s to 500s essentially just mastery of your supplies to the point that you can complete the raid. You know, with the supplies that you come in. It's so boring. No mechanics change from like 350 onwards. And even the mechanics that do change via walk the path or insanity are very boring changes. Of course that hits me. Mini croc comes and bites you. The fact that Ancients is also completely useless in this trade kind of sucks. Like, I don't know about you, but if I were Jagex, I would not be okay with... I know people don't like the puzzle rooms, right? But I would not be, as Jagex, okay with people just using plugins to get rid of like puzzles and make them obsolete. I'd rather rework the puzzles, ban those plugins, and make the puzzles actually fun. Not just let people plow through them because they're boring. Obviously in the state they are, then we don't really have a choice, otherwise we'd just be doing... Same for like Krondis, right? Like the whole crocodiles biting the tree and having to do like the mini sepulcher is kind of cool. Except for the fact that 32.4 exists. So you don't have to deal with the crocodiles at all. It's like, at what point do we actually have to do the raid instead of just cheesing it? Oh, I think that was my last hit. Oh, was it? This is definitely the last one. Did I just spec the last one? I guess I did. Yeah, like in the current state they are, the puzzles are just wasting our time. They need to do something about the puzzles to make them cool and interactive. Or honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to them just completely removing the Kephri puzzle plugin, because the puzzles are cool, it's just the plugin gets rid of it. Like imagine a world record run just got ruined because someone couldn't count to 5 for the Simon Says in the puzzle room. I would be laughing my ass off. You know, it'd actually be like memorable that people are just like losing world record speedruns because they can't remember Simon Says. But in their current state, it doesn't matter. It's just a waste of everyone's time. And puzzle rooms just in general, like, aren't really that fun for players. Players don't really like them. So they shouldn't be in the first place, but now that they've already added them, they might as well make them try to be fun. Skull clipping shouldn't be encouraged, as another example. It's an easier way to handle the mechanic. You can, all you have to do to encourage people to do the mechanic correctly, the damage dealt when the skulls hit Warden, distributed as points evenly across the team to alive players. But no, skull skipping is rewarding and easier. Why is that a good thing? It should always be rewarding players who are trying to, you know, express their higher level of skill. What about if I wanted to use Dins as a niche spec to one-shot all the skulls to speed this phase up? Sure, I'm wasting my spec to do it, to like cheese like 2 sets. You have 4 sets. If I use an adrenaline, that's my decision. Wouldn't that be a good, like, in-depth consideration you could give the player? If they wanted to cheese the skulls with Dins, couldn't they be allowed to do it? At the cost of all their spec bar? Like, small things that give the player a little bit more freedom like that would be helpful too. Although they wouldn't change. Skull skipping intended? I guarantee you it was not, but they probably knew that people would figure it out. They probably wanted to give players in the back a little bit more leeway, but by doing so, they just made it so that you can just skip. Like, some people would be like, oh, but Dins would be too easy because then like a teammate could just take it. But it would be inefficient, right? Or it would be efficient for just that phase, which would be, I think it's a good freedom of choice decision for people to make. Not to mention the room is wide enough that you can't even Dins all of them anyway. Other small things like, imagine an invocation that simply altered the pattern of the swarms, and instead of it coming in a clockwise direction, you can introduce some niches by having the swarms come in small, tight packs only, that a blowpipe can't handle, but maybe like only chins or something even more niche like a Din's or Ruined Throne Axe could handle, you know? Like small, you can create small niches with invocations like that. I would love to see some variety in gear in this place. It's a Shadow Fang, Shadow Fang, Shadow Fang. Tbow P2, Shadow Fang, Shadow Fang. It's like there's no niche for Crush, there's no niche for Slash anywhere. There's no niche for these weird AoE items other than me figuring it out for a very small spot in Kephri. Whereas Chambers people are like struggling to bring everything. I think ToA would ever get a real update. I'd give it a year and a half. Minimum. Not before it actually happens. Judging by the rate Chambers has been going, no. They're just gonna keep procrastinating and adding other stuff, like sailing or whatever. They'll do that first. It's just their cycle of development. They're always gonna focus on new content before updating the old ones. I highly doubt ToA is gonna get touched within the next like 6 months for even small changes. They'll put up another poll probably. They'll put up their like 4th survey, and then maybe they'll pull something 3 months from now, and that poll, nothing will like actually be changed for another 4 months, maybe. And it won't be innovative changes. It'll just be like minor things. Maybe they'll update the Baba puzzle room, but they're not gonna give like a whole big rework, like a real update. I highly doubt it. Is that our... No, that's our second raid. Alright, I'm gonna call it on that one. Very short stream today. I think honestly, me ranting about the raid has made me kind of like upset that I'm doing this raid right now. But I'm going to call it here for now. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I will probably stream again tomorrow afternoon. Probably exact same thing. See if we can get some more purples. Have a good night, guys.